Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead series. In the last episode, we spent pretty much the whole video trying to clear out a local park. We still have to clear out some pools as well, but we're doing this to get access to some bookstores and libraries. And yeah, that's pretty much literally all we did, so let's just jump back into it. We are going to experience more of that tedium, but it is part of the game, and yeah, it is, it is what it is, I guess. So we do see some zombies. We were going to eat our breakfast and whatnot, but we saw that some of them had resurrected, so we're going to take care of them now. we failed to pulp them, I guess, including the spitter, which we really should have dealt with. I can't believe I forgot to do that. The other concern we have is that we pulled down to this forest in order to sleep, and we saw some, I guess, mutant coyotes, so they may come out of the woodwork as we start popping off rounds. So we need to be a little cautious here. Again, we want to take on the spitter as far away as possible. And I really should have pulped them, because if we missed two of them, we probably missed several more. So, oh, and here comes the coyote, of course, as soon as we get in range of the spitters here. Coyote is a priority because they're faster, but it's harder to hit. Oh, this is the one we killed yesterday. Oh, so you resurrect as well, huh? So you're zombie coyote. You're not a regular coyote. Oh, wait a minute. Grinning coyote. So this is a mutant coyote that died in our last episode. We did kill one. Why are you so injured? Were you fighting with the zombies? Okay, I don't know what to make of that. Put you down though. And they don't resurrect. So they're not zombies. So I don't know what hurt you, you poor mutant pupper. There were three. We killed two of them now, so we expect to see a third one around here somewhere. We'll put these guys down. Again, we've mostly been shooting in the area, so it's very unlikely that new zombies are going to show up. They would have shown up previously. Let's pulp you. Doesn't look like anything else is resurrected, at least in the vision radius that we have currently. And we will pull out the spitter corpse here to dissect, or dismember rather. Dismember. Alrighty. Oh, I suppose we did find some bionics in the last episode. I should have put that in the intro. My bad, Internet. We did find a couple CBMs. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else resurrected. Okay. So what do we need to do today? We took cough syrup. We need to eat breakfast because we're getting calorie messages. I am currently working on a hunger tutorial for Cataclysm, which is going real bad because there's so much to it. Like, you can't just explain, oh, eat food and you're not hungry anymore. You have to explain, like, okay, well, in Cataclysm, when you eat, it actually, like, it goes to your stomach, and then your stomach, over time, it processes it, and then it adds it to your hidden calorie stores, which you can't see, but you can see your weight, and so you use your weight, and, okay, here's the list of weights and their penalties, and here's a diagram of what happens when you put food in your stomach, blah, 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 etc. And then I went on Discord to ask a few questions, just because, listen, I'm not a great tutorial guy. I know a lot of you have watched my tutorial series. Thank you so much for watching. But I think you probably will agree with me that I'm a little bit not super great at tutorials. So I have this, despite that, I have this kind of like perfectionism where I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I have to do this as right as I can do it. So I'm trying really hard to be as accurate and perfect as possible. I want it to be, I know we talked about this, you know, a few episodes ago, whatever. I would love to get eyes on this pool across the street here. I know we talked about this previously. Oh no, you're not going to have a reinforced windshield. You're the one with the cameras. I mean, we could put some cameras on our vehicle, I guess. A lot of people do that. Oh, look, and a little outdoor cart of some sort. Electronics control unit, a mini fridge, and a kitchen unit. Wow, this would be really nice if we didn't already have a kitchen unit, because they only appear in like 2 or 3 vehicles. So it's cool that someone added a little mini vehicle. Can't really see the pool, and I'm very hesitant to walk up. Is it not right here? Oh, it's the next one over. So this is a house I'm seeing? Yeah. Oh, it's an indoor pool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. It's still terrible because there are going to be a lot of enemies in it. It has glass front. I should be able to, looks like there might be a pupating zombie around the corner, which has already exploded into flesh raptors. This is actually terrible because we're so far north. If we start shooting, the pool zombies are probably going to come out. Maybe the indoor pool just doesn't have that many zombies. We're going to back off. They're going to follow us, and they're so fast we can't run away. We have to shoot them. Oh god, and they're so tiny, so they're hard to hit. Even that close, I only have like a 30% chance to hit it. Oh, thank god. Okay, fall back. Start aiming earlier. That way we can increase our aim even further. Oh no, we missed. You're going to impale me. Oh no, I'm wearing armor. Yeah, I bet I can stave off a few blows with the armor. Oh, you're retreating? I guess they do that one attack where they dart in and then they dart out. We're going to fall back on the off chance that there are pool zombies that are going to come out after us. I think I saw another flesh raptor up here, but then it disappeared around the corner. It might be in that building. It might have broken out. Yeah, the window. Okay. This is not great because it's going to be a confined space. Let's push up a little bit, see if we can see any from the pool. Looks pretty clear. Maybe it died on the glass. Oh, it was a tough zombie. Okay, I just assumed it was another flesh raptor. So you can see me, so why don't you come on out. We have a zombie dog as well approaching from the west. Let's fall back. That's good enough to take a shot. Maybe you'll bleed to death before I have to shoot again. Anyway, yeah, I had decided, like, okay, if you're going to do the tutorial series, you got to do it right. So I'm doing a lot of research. I'm asking people questions on Discord, trying to verify that my information is correct. You know, like, Vormithrax makes very good tutorials. They're much better than mine. The only thing I have going for me is that mine are more recent than his. They're much lower quality than his. So, like, the new ones I'm making, I'm like, okay, if we're going to do this, I want this to be the best one for the game on YouTube. So I'm like, I'm drawing boxes around everything, putting arrows on the screen. I drew today, I got a chalkboard background and like a chalk brush for Photoshop, and I'm drawing a stomach on Photoshop to try and make a graphic for it. I don't know if it'll pan out or not, but I'm trying really hard. It's just super time consuming to do that. Like this afternoon when I got up, I woke up early. I didn't sleep very well. I haven't been sleeping very well with the heat wave. And I woke up early and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna roll some cigarettes. So I've been rolling my own to save money. So I did that, and then I was done and was like, oh crap, well, what do I do now? So I started, because I couldn't record because my family was here. So we do see a snapper zombie. If you're unfamiliar, snappers are the most upgraded form of the swimmer zombies. They're actually pretty dangerous. They have a pretty powerful bite attack. I'm worried about you. We have a fat zombie to our southeast here. Looks like he's lost in the fast food restaurant. I really kind of wish you would see me and start the trickle out here. Let's move. We just have to be so careful. Let's move west here. We can see a little bit in the building, but we can't see all the way in, so we have no idea how many there are. And because zombies don't breathe in the game, so if they fall into pool water, they will be submerged, so we won't be able to see them, but they're not dying, so they can just walk out of there when they feel like it. I think we push north and hope that one of them sees me and starts breaking its way out. They should have pretty decent vision radius. We see quite a lot of things, but that's to our west. Pretty standard stuff like road zombies. What are you? Are you an acidic again? Skeletal zombie. I don't see many of you. Oh, and a little child zombie in a purple dress. That's cute, I guess. I do like purple. Purple's my jam. So you still have not seen me, huh? I thought you had really great vision radius. I haven't fought a snapper in quite a while. And we're just not seeing other enemies. Maybe there aren't that many in this pool. Maybe the indoor pool variant has much less monster density than the outdoor variant. Okay, you seem to be blind as a bat. Let's fall back. And we're gonna go kill the fat zombie in the fast food restaurant. Why don't we loot that? We've been shooting a lot. It'll give us something to do. So let's, we don't really want to swap to our spear because once we start popping off rounds again, we're in kind of a new area. We've moved further north. So there could be zombies all around here that might come out when we start shooting. If we go in with melee and one of them surprises us and we have to retreat and pull out our gun, we could lose our spear somewhere. So I think we'll just go in with our gun. Really, you locked your back door. Pop up on the roof. Maybe we can get in. Looks like nope, no stairwell down. Okay. And the white tile, I think, is where the drain pipe is. We go down, climb down. Yes. Please don't fall. We did, your skill in parkour makes it easier to climb. Am I a parkour expert? I am. I thought I only took quick, but okay. Gladly accept that. Once again, we found a boarded up house. This probably has a lot of monsters in it. A lot of these boarded up houses, which makes sense. You know, it was the apocalypse and whatnot. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the tutorial. We don't need to talk about the tutorial series. Okay, you broke the window to the south. That's my retreat point. So we're going to sprint down here to cut them off before they all come out and get us. So let's just start popping off rounds again. It is what it is, you know, tedium. It is what it is. Let's get a random question. We don't need to talk about the tutorial series. Basically, it's still a work in progress. Some weeks I work really hard at it. There are days when I sit down and I work for like 8 hours on just a video or two, but honestly, lately, just having some stuff going on, not doing super great. But you're not my therapist, so we're not going to talk about those things either. So let's get a random question. I also think I'm going to start working on adding something to Cataclysm. I don't know what yet, but I haven't contributed in a long time and I want to do it. Let's get a random question. Click. What was the last situation where some weird stuff went down and everyone acted like it was normal and you weren't sure if you were crazy or everyone around you was crazy? It's such a long question. Also, I have no idea. I'm not around humans very much. And I just don't see crazy stuff happen. I did have a weird thing happen. So I was driving. So I drive for work and no one was around. So it wasn't like everyone else is crazy or whatever the question is asking. But I was driving around for work and I was in a residential area and I drove by and it was trash day. So everyone had their trash out. And I swear to God, I looked over and there was a human person slumped against the trash cans laying on the ground. And I slammed on my brakes and was like, oh my God, someone is, you know, passed out or sick or dead laying, you know, at the edge of the curb. So I slammed on my brakes. I backed up, you know, in reverse. I reversed up to the building so I could see what was there. And it was literally, it was a cutout. It was one of those cardboard stand-up cutouts that you see in stores that had been folded in half and thrown away, but someone had put real clothes on it. So when I drove by, I saw a human form with a t-shirt on and pants on, and I thought it was a person laying, you know, in the gutter by the trash. And it was in fact a Mr. Clean. So for I don't know if Mr. Clean is like a worldwide brand or not. If you're not familiar, Mr. Clean is like a detergent company where it has a big bald guy who is like their mascot or whatever. I don't know why a bald man makes a good mascot or whatever, but it is what it is. And yeah, it's just a bald dude who sells like detergent and soap and cleaning products. So it was just a Mr. Clean cardboard cutout wrapped in like wearing an actual t-shirt and wearing pants. And it scared the crap out of me. I thought somebody was dead, like on the side of the road. That was pretty crazy. I you know, it's one of those things you drive by, you see it and you're like, am I nuts or was that a human corpse? You know? And so I doubled back and was like, oh, it's just a cardboard cutout. So that's a crazy thing that happened where I was like, is this real or am I nuts? But I don't know. I'm not around people enough to really have those experiences where I'm like, everyone else is crazy. And yeah, that's the story that popped in my brain. So I don't know. I don't have a great answer to that question. We'll get a different question here in a second. Been a while since I looted a fridge. Everything's rotten. I think I'll take the 3-liter jar, I guess. I mean, I don't need it actually. Well, we'll take it. Why not? Sometimes I want them and I never have them when I want them. Take the tea, take the Toastums every time. Always take the Toastums. We'll take the sugar and the coffee. Yeah, some stuff here. We'll take the bleach. I don't really need the ammonia. I think you can make like some acid and stuff with ammonia, but it's not really something I do. I take the bleach because you can make super glue out of bleach, which I occasionally will do, although we don't have a chemistry skill at the moment. There is a basement here. I'm not going to pick the safe because it just takes too long and we have terrible skills. We will definitely check the basement on the off chance it's like a gun basement or something. And what's this big bag I see here? What is this? It's not a bag? Oh, pet pack. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a great answer for that. So let's get a different question. Click. What weird potato chip flavor that does not exist would you like to try? I mean, salt and vinegar already exists. It's the best chip in the world. Like, there is no other. Are there other chip flavors? I was under the impression that the only one was salt and vinegar. So, oh my god, you came out of nowhere. So I was walking around looking for zombies, and then 3 of them emerged from the darkness, including a skeletal zombie. So what I'm gonna do, we're grabbed, which is always horrible. We're gonna sprint, and we're gonna just go up the stairs. There's really no reason. This is one of the big empty-ish basements. If they follow us up, we will clear them out. Maybe we'll look down there, but the odds of all 3 of them following us up are pretty unlikely. So I don't think that that's something that's going to happen. There's probably nothing down there, so I don't think it's worth it. Because what we did see was very, very empty. And I think we'll go up north and try to get in this glass front door of the the fast food restaurant. I would just like to have like the flour and stuff that comes from these. I know we haven't been cooking with flour. We at some point should probably raise our cooking, but I keep saying we're going to work on our skills and I never do. Just because I don't need them. It's so easy to loot. Like I said, I wanted to raise tailoring so we could start repairing our SWAT armor when we need to. But then we found like 3 duplicates, so we don't really need to raise our tailoring skill. We could always just find new ones, you know. And like I'm not going to make my own clothes because it's just so much more tedious and it's so much more work when you can just go to any house and find a bunch of clothing that you can wear. I would love if you would just bleed out, but you're going to go down. Yeah. I did see something else. Oh, we see a fat zombie, so that's probably the fat zombie we saw in the restaurant. Put you down. We're probably pretty low on ammunition, so let's reload our magazine. Or swap magazines, I should say. Chip flavor that doesn't exist that I would like to try. Human. I would like to try human chips. I would like to get the experience of consuming a human. Yes, let's stop. I would like the experience of consuming a human, but I don't want the prison time, the murder, all that terrible stuff that goes along with it. So absolutely, human flavored potato chips would be my preference. I don't know. I'm not a chip guy. I know a lot of people, it's like their go-to. Honestly, I like the British. Like I was going to say like, oh, I mean American chips, like, you know, non-British chips. Because in, you know, Britain, they have like fish and chips. I think that's way better than actual like potato chips that I buy in America. Like, what's the big Utz? Or like Frito-Lay makes chips, stuff like that. I just don't like those very much. I'm not a big fan of savory snacks. And if I'm going to get a savory snack, it's going to be something like, you know, I don't know, Cheez-Its. I like Cheez-Its. They're pretty good. Like that's really it. I don't eat a lot of savory snacks. Oh, no, I did just buy, I went to the dollar store and they had really cheap bags of beef jerky. They were like $3. Whereas most bags you get are like $7 to $15 depending on the size. And I was like, oh, this is probably garbage because they're, you know, they're $3. They must be terrible. But I was like, you know, you don't know till you try it. So I bought some teriyaki beef jerky. That's a savory snack, you know, that's not a chip. So I guess I do occasionally eat those. Where's this bat wing zombie? Okay. So it looks like we were shooting close enough that the ones to the west are approaching us, which is fine. We have one coming from the north as well, but it's a standard zombie, so I'm not really worried about that. Let you get a little closer. I'm not a savory dude. I would rather... Honestly, I'm not even a sweet dude either. I don't really eat snacks. I do eat... I have, like, wafer cookies that I eat because they're really cheap at the dollar store, but they're sugar-free, so they're not even, like... I mean, they're loaded with fat. Like, that's the downside, is that instead of sugar, it's just fatty. But they're pretty good. You know, I'm trying to manage my sugar intake. I don't really eat a lot of sugar. I used to be really big on Danishes. I love a good Danish, but I just don't eat them because they're so sugary. And I'm trying to, you know, cut back on that kind of stuff. Like, I ate pretty early today, so I'm going to be hungry later. But I'm not going to go and, like, snack. I will just go. I had a 6-inch sub from Subway today, which is not enough food for me for, like, a full day. So I will eat later, but I'll probably just... Sorry, my voice is cracky and getting loud and everything. I have some ramen, cup of noodles over there. I'll probably just have a cup of noodles later, which their main downfall is the salt. It's not like super unhealthy or anything. I know everybody says don't eat ramen, it's super bad for you. I don't really think that's true. I just think it's not nutritious. I don't think it's actively bad for you. The main issue with that is the salt content. So, which most ramen, you know, you get to control that, right? They come with a little packet of seasoning. You don't have to put the whole thing in. But anyway, this is a dumb question I don't know how to answer, I guess. I don't know. Let me know, internet. Give me a list in the comments. Let me know what your mysterious, unexisting, non-existent potato chip flavor would be. Mine would be human. Human meat potato chips would be my preference, I think. We're gonna just walk up to this pool. I don't care anymore. There are a lot of them to our west, but they're so far away they're not gonna see us. And we're gonna fall back when the gator comes out, so it's not even gonna be... You should hear the door opening and come over. Okay, so a swimmer. There's a gator. They're snappers, excuse me. And that's a different sprite from the one we saw before, I think. Or it might have just been desaturated because it wasn't, it was in a dark tile. But now we're going to fall back. Okay, here comes the monster density. I really got my hopes up, thinking maybe somebody had nerfed them and it wouldn't be full of swimmers and stuff, but that is clearly not the case. This is not terrible. It used to be like 30 or 40 of them. So if this is it, that's actually not bad at all. And we're going to fall down the road here. Let them get caught up on the vehicle. Let them come, you know, just one at a time here. And maybe wrap around the house if things get a little sticky. But we'll kill them. So yeah, potatoes. I don't know. Let's talk about something. Oh, so yeah. So I said I was going to try to contribute something to Cataclysm. I've done... We talk about it sometimes in Discord. Someone will be like, what was your first change? Or like, how long have you been adding content to the game? Or, you know, someone will add, oh, the other day someone posted something about how many things they had added that got accepted to the game. And then we were looking up other people and saying like, oh, you have 180 changes that you've made, you know, and whatever. And for me, I think I've made 12 or 13 changes, and like honestly 3 of them are probably typos like that I just fixed because, you know, there was a typo in the game. But the rest are all, you know, like, and I thought about it, and because I was talking to people, and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I fixed a few typos, like, oh yeah, I added scrap metal to a recipe, oh yeah, I did this. And then I looked at mine and I was like, I added a couple layouts for the butcher store, I added a layout, like a soup and salad bar for a restaurant. I made the headless zombies and their 3 variants. Like, so at first I felt really bad because I was like, man, I've only contributed like 10 things when other people have contributed hundreds of things. But then I was like, yeah, but my stuff, it's been cool stuff. Like, it's not bad stuff that I added to the game. It's just that I didn't do very much of it. So I've been thinking a lot lately. I was like, you know, it's been like a year minimally since I've contributed something. I'm gonna sit down and make like a layout for something, like just pick a random building that has, you know, just a few like maybe like the church or something, because we only have like 2 layouts per a church, I think, or whatever they're called. I don't think they're called churches. I'm like, I think we have churches, but I'm thinking of something else. But anyway, I was like, I'll just pick something, I'll make a new layout for it, or I'll add a new monster or something. I'm gonna do something. Man, this pool is actually not bad. Again, we only saw what, like 9, 10 of the enemies, whereas the outdoor pool variant, we would very likely see 30, 35 enemies pretty easy. So, both this and the park seem pretty tolerable. So now we're gonna loot these bookstores and library. It's libraries and bookstores. So why don't we pop in this one right now? Come down here and just have a look around. Oh, where do we see... Oh, I thought I saw something scary pop up that was color-coded red. I guess not. Oh, hello bookstore. Please have forging books, and preferably I would love a high-tier first aid book. So far we're in like the novel section, I guess. Oh no, did I eat something? Okay, no I didn't. Anything can be beautiful. I agree. Oh, we talked about that previously, actually. Swords of the Samurai. That's a good book. That can give us, I mean, I think the Nodachi recipe is in here. The Nodachi is a big two-handed Japanese sword. It's not really something we want. There's another name for that. It's the Nodachi, and there's another like Achi or something. But they're both basically, they're the same sword. But anyway, it's a huge sword that we really don't want to use. Oh, I have literally... Oh, I picked up all that stuff from the restaurant. Alright, we have to go drop off our stuff. Honestly, this is good. If some of them can come over, we'll kill them. In fact, let's just shoot. That will draw their attention. Oh, except we're right near the pool. Of course. I didn't think about that. I thought the pool was further down the road. Alright, well, I guess we settle in and just start murdering zombies again. Ignore. So the fence, for one, is going to slow them down to a trickle. So there's that, because they will break the fence, but they'll only be able to come out, you know, 1, 2 at a time, or they'll at least kind of become a trickle rather than a huge mangled horde altogether. The other benefit is that they mostly appear to still be swimmer zombies. I'm sorry, web zombies now is what they're called. And then the monster density on the road we already saw was not very dangerous. The main issue will be the skeletal zombie, because it's going to be a little bit more resistant to bullets than the other enemies. We're going to fall back. Oh, we got a dog. It looked like it came out of that pool, which is a bit strange as well. We're just going to fall back. It's the dogs and the children that are the main concern, because they're harder to hit. And yeah, we'll just keep dealing with the enemies as they come. So this is a zombie cop. Probably not going to be anything on it. We could get some riot armor, but our SWAT armor will be better. And this skeletal zombie, like I said, is my concern. You'll see they're only taking 11, 14, 18 damage, whereas if I shoot, say, this headless, hits it for 49 damage. That would be the major difference in armor that I was talking about. Still though, at this stage, these skeletons are not a big deal. The main issue are the skeletal juggernauts, of course, are the really resilient ones. If you're shooting them with the 5.56, which is what we have currently, it's probably 20 rounds to put down a skeletal juggernaut. It's quite a lot. I don't quote me on that. That's just a ballpark number that I pulled out of my brain, but it's something like that. Ignore. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to add to Cataclysm. I want to make something. I like making zombies. Someone asked me, so we were talking about a college, a zombie college in the game. We were talking in Discord probably last week. Someone brought up, or I think maybe I brought it up, but someone had been working on a zombie university. I believe it was another Simulacrum who's a dev member. And it just never really materialized. They had done like foundational work for it, but it's, you know, got put on hold or whatever. It happens, you know, people work on other things. And I had worked on way back, my first mod that I ever worked on was a zombie college, but I pivoted and made the caches mod instead because it was much smaller and more contained, whereas the zombie college was like a huge amount of work. And Sims college looked a lot better than mine, just in the layout and stuff. It was based on a real world college and whatever. But anyway, when I was working on my mod, I had made some zombies that were, I think they were called the Raven Ladies, and they were based on the Pink Ladies from Greece, right? If you're not familiar, that's a musical where I think they're in high school, although everyone in that movie is like in their 20s and probably early 30s. But they're in high school or whatever, and they wear these pink leather jackets, and they call themselves the Pink Ladies. That's kind of like a gang, but not really a gang. So I made these Raven Ladies to spawn in the college. They were just supposed to be women in like females that picked up and bought these pink jackets to kind of be like solidarity, like, hey, we're all in this together, whatever. And then over time they upgraded into harpies, which were like again, we didn't really have flying enemies, and we still don't really have flying enemies because the way they move up and down is difficult to manage in a game like this. But they would be like the Batwing zombies that we have currently. And someone said, like, oh, why don't you just add them to the game? And I kind of was hesitant. I was like, you know, they are very similar to what the Batwing zombies are now. And yeah, they're interesting, but they were designed specifically to be at the college, kind of like college students in a gang that's not really a gang kind of situation. So I don't know if they would fit in the vanilla game, but I thought I would go back and have a look at them and see if maybe they're worth adding, because it would be very unique. Like every one of them would guarantee to have that pink jacket on them, and because they're a gang, they would have like switchblades and maybe handguns or whatever, but like they would be unique, right? That's not something that's pretty iconic, you know, having a zombie in a bright pink jacket. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to contribute. I just have to find time to do it, you know. Like I said, I've been editing those tutorial videos and stuff, and it really eats up every bit of free time. I am playing Circadian Dice as well, which is honestly, it's taking up time and no one is watching it, so I'm kind of debating, like, do we cut this series and just work on other stuff that people will watch, or do we continue and hope that maybe over time the game gets more popular and people show up because I'm one of the only people who covered it, you know? I think we want to back off and call the episode. They don't seem very... Oh, you finally broke out, huh? I was gonna say, they don't seem to be breaking out. We're gonna call the episode. We're gonna deal with them in the next one. And finally, we will be able to loot these houses, or these bookstores. Because at this point, we've cleared the pool. We've cleared the park. There's just one pool left. Once we clear that, there's nothing in the area that is remotely going to give us trouble. And then we might work our way over to this subway station. I would have liked to have gotten to the doctor's office, because apparently some of them can have CBMs hidden away. But with the flaming eye, that's not an option. So yeah, we should hopefully in the near future we'll be looting again, which is something I would like to be doing. So everyone, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I of course will be back with more Cataclysm in the near future. I'll see you in the next one.